Whenever you're ready, mate. Okay, this is Paul Green's first advanced riding session. It's the 15th of July 2021. Time now on my bike is 10:40, and we're going to go through Duffield up to Matlock. Answer. Hello. Hello there, buddy. You can. That's brilliant. Thank you very much indeed, mate. Cheers, buddy. Bye-bye. So back to Paul Green's first advanced riding session. We're just leaving Starbucks and Palm Court Island. We're going to go through Duffield down onto the Wirksworth Road and into Matlock, where we'll stop for a cup of coffee and a bit of a debrief on the first part of the ride. Okay, Paul, first thing we need to look at is sort out our feet when we're starting and stopping. When we stop, we don't want 2 feet going down, we want just 1 foot, whichever suits you best. There's no strict rule whether it should be left or right foot, but we'll look at that as we go through the ride, and if it's a habit you've got into, I can have a look at it for you. So we're doing 50 mile an hour in a 70. We could have overtaken that lorry in front right at the start of coming onto this A38. So that's good. You did a rear observation before you came off. So just checking your near side. We're now going to turn right at the yard end, so it's after 12 o'clock, so we will always indicate after the 12 o'clock position. A quick look in our mirrors as we're braking. Looking to the right. We're clear. Nicely round. Breakaway signal. Good, nicely round there, Paul. Okay, now keep it to the speed limit of 30 mile an hour. Taking up a nice position 2 at the moment. That's all we need, because we're in a 30 mile an hour zone. Nothing to be gained from moving from 1 to 3. Looking at the garage on the near side, just checking that white car doesn't pull out in front of us. Yes, it's going to. So we did cause you to slow down that little bit. It's not your problem, his problem, but as long as you were aware of him. always be careful of garage forecourts. Okay, local knowledge tells me, Paul, that we go around here, we come into a 40 limit as we drop down the incline. So I'm just going to take up a nice position 3, because I can see that the road ahead bears round to the left. And there's the 50 limit coming up. So I'm going to be in a nice position 3, just checking my mirror before we up the speed, up to the speed limit, just in case anything is coming up. And this is where we need to be now, Paul, over at this position here. Coming towards a position 2, I can see there's a vehicle in a junction to the left. So we're just watching that vehicle, make sure that the driver is looking at it. Yes, he is. And now I'm coming across to a position 3 to have a good look around this left-hander. Watching the postman on the near side. He's seen us nicely. Going over the rise, a slight loss of vision, and we're behind a heavy goods vehicle. There's a junction on the near side, so I'm just being mindful of that, the junction to go to Corndon. Nothing in there that's going to cause us danger. One vehicle coming out there. Okay, into the position 1. That's better positioning, Paul, much better. Nicely, and coming out of it into position 3. Good. Speed is right, gear is right, we're accelerating around. We're coming into a 40 limit, so just checking our mirror before we decelerate. Just rolling the speed off. No need for braking. Rolling the speed off quite naturally. And we're going around to the left, and we're going to go and turn left at the traffic lights ahead. Bringing the speed down nice and gently, bit of braking, down the gearbox, down to a first gear, and then holding the bike nice and steady. Lights have changed to green up ahead for us. Quick rear observation, good. Nothing coming up our offside. Indicator is on. Quick lifesaver. So just going through the 30 limit on the Broadway. Nice and gently through. Traffic is quite light at the moment. There's a heavy goods in front of us, and opposing traffic is fairly light. If we will need to be aware of that heavy goods in front of us if it carries on along the main road that we're going on, and whether there's an opportunity to overtake him, or should the opportunity arise. Depends on the speed that he's doing. So okay, keeping to position 3 at the moment. Looking around, and we're changing from a 30 to a 40 limit. So car coming out from the right. So I'm just going to check my shoulder. Good, you've just checked your mirror, I can see that. And picking the speed up to a 40, which is good. And then my local knowledge tells me that we're going to come to a 50 limit round the corner here on a left hand bend. Checking the mirror again. There we go. Being a little bit mindful of these vehicles. Just be a little bit careful of those people coming out there. That one car was blind and he was having to push his nose out to have a good look at us. I gave him a horn warning which attracted his attention. So come on, let's ride it round. You can see the vehicle ahead is slowing down. Keep an eye on the hedgerows. We'll get the tree line will give you the shape of the road. Also the centre white lines. You'll see that you can have a solid white line which starts to break. Again, we're looking at this vehicle on the near side here. Can't see us yet. Now he can. Solid white lines on our side of the road, so we're just keeping our distance from the vehicle in front. That's probably going to be able to do up to the speed limit of 50, so he may not present an opportunity for us to overtake. I'm watching my position. Now the road markings are opening up from a solid white to a dotted line, which means that the bend is opening up for me. I'm now going to take a position 1 and then a position 3. I'm getting my gear for my speed and my acceleration is right. Keeping the acceleration on, the power on, the bike is stable. I've got a vehicle behind me, so I will need to indicate should I decide to alter course or deviate in any way. This is where you should be now for this right-hander pull. Try and come in that little bit earlier. So there we are now, coming off from it onto position 3. Looking at the road ahead, we can see that it dips and goes round to the left because I've clocked the tree line and the hedge line. So I'm now into position 1. Got a sign saying double bends, a warning sign. My local knowledge tells me that fairly tight, a left and a right turn. Sorry, 2 left turns, or left-hand bends. I do apologise. Go through, keeping your distance from that lorry in front. It looks like he's only doing around the 40 mark, so there may be an opportunity to get past him at some stage. I can see up ahead that an excavator has just crossed the road. I think it's gone off the road into farmland. So yes, let's get up on him, Paul. Let's have a look at him, whether we can get up and get past him. So let's have a look up. Let's get into position. The vehicle behind me still, so we'll need to indicate should I decide to alter course or deviate in any way. And we're coming now to Cowers Lane, 40 limit. We intend to go straight on at the traffic lights. So just a nice look in the mirror, rear observation, bring the speed down gently, just quite naturally, no need for braking at this stage. Lights are changing in our favour. Checking our mirror, Everything seems to be clear at the junction. Well done, you've checked both sides, good. So let's get up on this heavy goods. It's a 40 limit first off, then it will change to 50, there it is. Tractor coming our way. Watching the head, car is just putting into the lay-by on the near side. No danger to us at this stage. Road is banging round to the left and then to the right, so I'm tucking in position 1 so to get a good look round, looking at the limit points that constantly change. Down into a dip, still a 50 mile an hour limit, still got a vehicle behind me. I know from local knowledge, and I can see where the road is going, get up ahead. It's a left-hand bend. Nice and gently round. Good, good, good. Uneven road surface, we're going round to the right. Watch this road surface because it is a bit of a problem sometimes. Okay, we're back into a 40 limit, so just checking my mirror. The vehicle behind has reacted to the fact I'm staying at 40. And again, local knowledge tells me that I'll be coming into a 30 limit fairly shortly, into the village of Idridge Hay. 32, 31, 100, and a 30 limit right on the nose, dead on 30, well done. Warning sign of uneven road surface, so just being a little bit careful. Okay, we've got a pedal cyclist in front of us. Seems fairly stable, but we are just checking. If we take a nice straight line past him, no need to indicate, giving him plenty of room, well done. Junction near side, just watching that vehicle, he has seen us. Still in the 30 limit. Local knowledge tells me again that this will come into a 40 limit. There's the 40 sign there, just tucked behind all those leaves. But you've seen the 40 limit, so well done. And it will change to a 50 limit further down. So yeah, good, you're holding it at the speed limit. Checking our mirror now just before the 50, and we're going to increase our speed up to the 50 mile an hour. Into position 3 to have a good look round the bend. And then a position 1. That's good positioning, Paul, well done. Round you go. Again back into position 1, giving you a good look round the corner. Round the bend, nicely. Check, 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 here we go. Solid white lines, slow markings on the road. But then we can see miles up ahead. Let's take it up to the 50. The vehicle in front is doing the speed limit, so not giving us an opportunity to overtake. Watching the road markings and watching the hedgerow tells me the road is going round to the left, and then telling me now that it's a sharpish right-hander. I'm looking across the fields now to the outcome of the bend, and now I'm looking across, watching where that vehicle is, showing me where the road is, the heavy goods. Series of bends here, so I'm just taking a gear for these bends, which means me dropping down and then going round the bend and round once again. We've been joined by another vehicle in front of the heavy goods now, so let's just hold back and let's just see where these vehicles go. Let's get a good view. Warning signs of the junction on the right and also slippery road surface. Just checking, I'm in position 3 now. Compensate for that vehicle approaching me. Into position 3 again. And a position 2. Just holding off you that a little bit to give me room for stopping distance. See the 40 limits now we're coming into. Road goes round to the right. We're coming into the village of Wirksworth. 40 limit will eventually become a 30 limit. Checking my mirror, there's no vehicles behind us. Here is the 30 limits coming up, the village of Wirksworth here. 3100 and 30 dead on. Good, nicely come down, just rolled it off. No need for any braking. Speed is right. Gear is right and the acceleration is right, nice and steady through this village of Wirksworth. So now we're adopting a nice central position on the road. We're doing 30 miles an hour. We can see there's a couple of junctions on the near side. Looking at it, no vehicles in there that are going to cause us a problem. A vehicle approaching from the right hand junction. We need to be careful he doesn't pull out. I'm just taking a gear for my speed up this hill. So just dropping my gear down to maximum speed on my bike. And I can see that up ahead there is a small traffic island where we intend to take the second exit, which is straight over. The vehicle's approaching from the first exit. The heavy goods vehicle is also going through to the second exit straight ahead. And then he pulls off, which is good. Okay, we're going through the village of Wirksworth, quite a busy little village. Roadworks up ahead, so it looks like we've got traffic lights that just changed for us. Cars parked on the offside and the roadworks are on the offside. Just taking it nice and gently through the village here. Watching the vehicles parked on the near side, pedestrians with dogs, both on lead, so we're okay. Just checking this garage on the near side, and nothing's pulling off. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a wide position so I can see one vehicle coming off the garage. He has seen us, he's looking at us, so I'm fine to go through. Again, we've got roadworks being shown to us up ahead with the offside carriageway narrowing. So I'm just going to take a nice position 1, just have a look, a good view up the hill. I think we're okay, we've gone through those roadworks, nothing too much of a problem to us. Good position 3, well done, Paul. Keep it in this gear as you come up to the rise here. Loss of vision, so just come away from the centre a little bit in case there's anything coming over the brow at you. Staying in a nice 3rd gear, keeping it nice and steady in the 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. Going through. Okay, it's a 40 limit we've just turned into. I'm going to check my mirror. There's nothing, well, one vehicle behind me, so just making sure he's aware that I've increased my speed, but I'm not going to change my gear because I know this is a steep hill, a 1 in 12 hill. Asking for low gear, 12% hill, and it will come into a 30 limit fairly shortly. So I'm just going to keep it nice and gently before we hit the 30. Holding the vehicle on the gear, keeping to the speed limit nicely. Just touching my brake just to hold it at 30 miles an hour. So you've settled into the ride quite nicely now, Paul, showing some good signs that give me an indication that you've got the basics there to actually progress. Coming down to the bottom of Cromford Hill very shortly, where we'll be turning left and going into Matlock. Just checking that vehicle to our near side. She is looking at us. Down to the bottom, and we're going to be turning left at the traffic lights. So far so good, Paul. Some nice bits being shown. As I've said, it shows you've got the basics there. Just need to tidy up on a few things. Which we'll talk about during the debrief. Okay, traffic signals are in our favour now. Just checking quick lifesaver, good. Forty limit. Nice right hander. Look through the bend. Where the camera's looking now, we're looking right the way through it. Coming across so we can have a good look. Looking at where the road, you see the wall goes round to the left. Shows us the road, it's a left-hand bend. So yeah, nicely out to position 3. Good. Stay in position 3. Come down into Matlock. Into a 30 limit, just rear observation, just to check if the traffic behind us reacted to the fact we've slowed down. Thank you. What do you want, Paul? Straight coffee?
Yeah.
Flat white?
I think I'll have a black one.
Black coffee?
But I owe somebody some money.
It'd be Mark.
Yeah, I did say, I think it was Mark that I saw, and I said to, because obviously I don't know who threw it, and I did say, let me know via email or whatever with your bank details and I'll transfer it, and I've heard nothing. So,
Okay. Yeah, we'll nip in, or if you're going past there, just nip in, and it's hanging up on one of the hooks. It's your.
well, if you want to go there now, we can go there now.
I can't because I've got something on after this. But
Fair enough.
if you-
Once we've finished our session, I'll nip up from
okay, yeah.
from there.
Hey, Cardo, radio off.
I've got me, yes, I've got me fob to get in, so yeah. So as you go in the door,
Of course, you know to. Yeah.
yeah, as you go in the door, it's the room on the left, or
The room on the left is the training. You know where the training ring is.
yeah,
It's the one on the left, and there's if there's nobody there, then there's a little keypad, a key safe.
Yep.
And it's 1489, and the keys are inside there.
1489.
Yeah. And it's hanging up on the. You'll see the hooks on the bench, clothing bench.
Just thinking. Notes. So do I need to go into that key safe?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
To get the key out to the
Yep.
door,
yeah,
and it's let you in. It's hanging
with you.
up. Yeah. But you should be able to get into the main door of the training wing as well, shouldn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah. I've got a fob.
Yeah.
Get me through the gate and through the door. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, mate, you know the route?
Pardon?
You know the route going back?
Yep.
Okay, this is the second part of Paul's first advanced session. Go on, mate, you can get past him. Okay, at a 40 limit now, coming to a 50, Paul. Let's see, do a rear observation as we go up into the position 1, to have a look round. Now a right-hander, left-hander, into a right-hander, so nicely, position 1, have a good look round. Gear for the speed. Now come in, this is where you should be now, Paul. Come in that little bit earlier. Now, that's good. Now you can see it. So there we are, look. I can see a lot more around the bend than you can now from my position here. I'm going to keep it there. Road is opening up for us as we discussed on the markings. Coming off for the left-hander now, but compensating for the oncoming traffic, so a position 3, but we're going to pinch a little bit back so as to compensate. Now I can go have a good look round the left-hander, holding. Yep, there it is, hold the position, good, that's good, Paul. All the way around. That's excellent, mate, well done. Now let's swap to position 1, good. Just doing a mirror check before we reduce the speed. It's only for a short period and then it goes back into the 50. Checking our mirror before we increase up to the 50 mile an hour. Coming in now because I can see the road goes round to the left up ahead. So a nice position 1. Yeah. Road is opening up for us, coming off to a position 3, then again to position 1. Bringing the speed down. I know this is a 3rd gear for my bike round here. So follow it round nicely. Here we go. Coming out of it into a 50. Okay, let's see what this guy up ahead's doing. Let's get into a position where we can see a bit further round. Is he going to get up to the speed limit? If not, let's get on his tail. Looks like he's going to get up to 50, so not much chance or opportunity to overtake him. Again, I can see round the bend here. This is the position you should be in. Come across. Holding it on that position 1 for this right-hander that sweeps round. It's still a position 1 for the right-hand bend. And then that's right, looking good, well done. Coming out to position 3. Compensate for that heavy goods coming at us. Okay, it's on the position 3 now. Check. Okay, so we'll just keep maintaining a position behind the vehicles in front. No opportunity to overtake at this stage. So we're keeping distance from them enough, give us that stopping distance that we need. and we're going to be turning left here. Rear observations good, and a lifesaver there, Paul, which was really good, well done. We got a broken down lorry up ahead, or a lorry with its hazards on, which we're going to have to go round. So coming out to the centre. Good, well done. Come down to a set of traffic lights just around the bend, Football Bridge. Looks like they're on red against us. Okay, let's up into the 40 limit now. Solid white lines, road bearing round to the right and then to the left, and then to the right once again. Heavy goods up ahead. He's doing probably the 40 mile an hour. Nice sweeper. That's good positioning, Paul. Well done. Just bring it back over to position 1. Nice and early. Down to the traffic lights at the bottom. Checking my mirror before the brakes. The vehicle behind me has reacted to me slowing down. To slow that rear observation down, mate, for you. Nice and gently. Make it part of your ride. Nice, fluent, flowing ride. Okay, let's have a look. Look at the near side. I can't see an opportunity to overtake. Still looking at the near side of that heavy goods in front. Body's bearing round to the left and then it goes round to the right. I don't see an opportunity for us to overtake on this part of the road. I know that just round the right hander we're going to be turning right at the traffic island onto the 38. So we'll take a nice position. Just have a look around. Now what I want to see you doing, Paul, is for this traffic island, get yourself set up for it. You know we're going to be turning onto the 38 to the right, so a mirror check. Signal into the offside lane. Now look across onto the island. What traffic is on the island? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Let's get the gear right for the speed. Island is 333. Okay, let's go. Don't hang about in a danger zone. Okay. We're coming off, not the Ripley, but on the 38 side. And we're going to come off. Checking, good. Okay, let's go. That's where we should be. Okay, let's just checking the carriageway. White van in lane 1. Room enough for us to get in. Good, well done. And we're through. Check. Move to lane 2. Good, overtake these heavy goods. Just hold off that vehicle in front somewhat. Once it moves out the way, let's get up to the speed limit of 70. Indicating between lanes to come back in. Yes, indicates if it's a benefit to other road users. If there's a vehicle behind you, then yes, indicate you're coming back in. If there's no vehicle behind you, then really you don't need to indicate unless you feel it's absolutely necessary for the vehicle you've just overtaken. Okay, we're happy with that vehicle in the lay-by, no danger to us. we're now looking, I guess, at the vehicles in front in lane 1. I've just checked my mirror, there's nothing in lane 2 coming up on us. We're actually doing 70 miles an hour, which is good. Let's have a good look round the left-hander. That vehicle in lane 1 is slower than what we are. So yes, we're going to be overtaking him fairly shortly, and I would expect you to be coming out on him into lane 2. Mind you, he has increased the speed somewhat, but I've still been watching that vehicle and the lights are on, so we need to be just a little bit careful that it's not going to pull out on us. What I'm going to do now is exactly what you're doing. Well done. Pulling out now to pull into lane 2, overtaking that silver vehicle and the heavy goods. Stay. Now we've got vehicles coming up our offside. There's one. Maintaining our 70 mile an hour speed limit. Heavy's in lane 1 up ahead, so we may need to put into lane 2 as we get a little closer. Now and overtaking. Good. Oh, there's another heavy goods up ahead, so let's stay where we are. I'm not putting anybody out, keeping the speed limit, which is good. Taking ourselves nicely around this Arctic. Now I'm going to indicate to come in for this vehicle behind. You may want to pass me. And I think here he comes. Okay, the traffic island call, we're going to turn to the right and back into Starbucks car park, where we'll end this first session, and do a very good debrief, and I look forward to the next session.